Hi, Scorpio. So this is going to be your past, your present, and your future reading for August 2022. And say hi to my little Toby. And Toby wants attention today for some reason. He's learning how to get into things, learning how to climb on the chairs. And indeed, I put him down on the floor on his blanket, and he come right back up, and just like he just won't have no part of that. He wants attention, and when he wants attention, he wants it now. He tries to, when he hears my voice on the computer, when I'm watching the videos, when he hears my voice, he tries to bat at the TV. Anyway, Scorpio, this is your reading. The deck that I'm using is Healing with the Angels by Doreen Virtue. I love this deck. I would encourage anybody to buy it, and I don't normally do that type of thing, but you know what? It's amazing. It's amazing. The readings I'm getting from this are so over the top. They are just perfect, and indeed, I can't wait to do yours. So what I do is I shuffle and I cut the deck. I multiple times. I shuffle many times, and I cut it 3 times. And what I've been finding is I'm getting a lot of the same, cards, and it happened for you also. I think I got 2 of the same cards. So what I did is I actually picked 2 more cards from the deck, and I'm going to add those to the future reading at the end of the past, the present, and the future. So just so that you realize that indeed this is not a pre-planned type of reading, okay? As I said, I'm a tarot card reader, so I know a lot of Scorpios, a lot of Pisces, a lot of Virgos, a lot of Tauruses. I know a lot of people. So that's where the situation's at. You'll have to excuse my hair, but my cat's been playing with it. And I'm not a model, I'm a tarot card reader. See what I mean? See? Okay, so the first card that I picked for you, can I get the card, please, kiddo? Now, the first card I picked for you is the same card that I picked for, I think it was, I believe it was the same for Virgo and for Leo. So, emotional sensitivity. I know for sure it was for Leo, but it might have been also for Virgo. And emotional sensitivity. Sorry, I'm going to have to read it all again. I'm going to have these memorized by the end of this. So, emotional sensitivity. Now, my guides, I should have really combed my hair. My guides are directing me that it could be a physical sensitivity, it could be an emotional, psychological, social, whatever type of sensitivity. This could be like addictions. This could be sensitivities to foods. This could be sensitivities to relationships, sensitivities to drugs or alcohol, animals, maybe even just the fact that maybe you're allergic to kitties. I love my cat, but oh my goodness. Jeez. Okay, let's get on to reading. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity as a gift to all. Have you been teased or felt bad about the fact that you're extremely sensitive in many ways? If so, this card is the angel's reassurance of the positive qualities within your gift of sensitivity. For example, you accurately know, ow, ow, whether or not a new acquaintance is trustworthy. The angels are working with you to trust this feeling, to trust yourself more often, and stop berating yourself if you didn't use this intuition in the past. Okay, Kitty, I got to turn page. You are peaceful by nature, so you naturally avoid conflict and other harsh energies. Ask your angels to steer you toward other peace-loving people and keep all others away from you. Honor your sensitivity by surrounding yourself with gentleness, both in your relationships, in your media choices, in the movies you watch, your home life, and your work situation. Hello. Just unbelievable. Okay, so I believe it was Pisces that this came up for, Pisces and Leo. So basically, I mean, maybe you have a Pisces and a Leo in your life and you're having to deal with these type of energies, okay? Or maybe you're going through a period of sensitivities to food and it's creating illness, or sensitivities to relationships. Maybe you're feeling a lack of confidence in your relationships, but it is talking about you staying away from negative energies, perhaps avoiding conflict at all costs. And that could be at work, could be at home, could be in relationships, wherever it may be. You would choose to not have contact with someone rather than argue your point. So maybe you disagree with someone in your life, but you're not, you know, going overboard about it. You're kind of keeping it to yourself and deciding, maybe this is, I mean, we all have our own beliefs, so maybe you're choosing to look at it that way. Now, it says, okay, so it was talking about media choices. So even the movies that you watch, the music that you listen to, I find a lot of the times if I listen to music that is very, like headbanging type of music, okay, my energies are just scattered. My energies are like, over the top, and I feel more bouts of aggression and frustration than I would when I'm not listening to it. So, I mean, there are those type of issues also, right? And what the angels are saying, or the divine, and I have to say this too, this is not any particular divination, and it's not any particular spiritual belief. And whatever your divine is your divine. I call them angels, whatever you call them. They could be guides, spiritual guides. They could be, previous people that you've known. So angels, okay? So the action steps, I guess I did say angels? Yeah, angels. Your angels could be past friends or family members, okay? Someone that you knew from a previous life. Okay, so action steps. What Doreen is saying in her book is very eloquently said. I've said this on every single reading I've done since I've used this deck. I love the way she says it. There is a prayer that is basically kind of enveloped into the action steps that you would take, and I find that just amazing. I find that just absolutely beautiful. So it says, live plants are one of the angels' favorite tools for clearing away physical and emotional toxins. Today, put a live potted plant right next to your bed so that tonight its energy can clear and transmute anything you may have absorbed. Just as the plant transforms toxic carbon into breathable carbon, it also will transform fear energy, so you'll sleep peacefully and wake up refreshed. Be sure to take care of the plant and call upon the angels for help with this. So I'm getting from this that perhaps you've been dealing with a little bit of insomnia. Perhaps you're dealing with some issues where you're remembering something that took place in the past and you're not knowing how to release it. You're not knowing how to work through it. You're not knowing how to understand it. Maybe there's something that is kind of, you're questioning something that happened in the past. Maybe you have blacked out something from your past that was very traumatic, okay? And so your mind, to protect you, is blocking it out, but there's still that little bit in the back there that's saying, okay, I know something happened, I know something took place, and I want to get to the bottom of it, and I want to deal with it, I want to heal from it, I want it to end, I want to put it away, I want to understand it, I want to put it away. Now, a lot of people, when they deal with trauma in their life, okay, they block it out. They block it out so that they can protect themselves. And a lot of the time in regression therapy, it will take you back to that situation, and you actually look at that situation as a third party, and you witness whatever is taking place, whether it be abuse or another traumatic experience, okay? It could even be as simple as someone putting you down, or abusing you in some way, physically, socially, emotionally, at work, whatever it may be. Okay. It could also be someone taking control of your life, where you have this learned helplessness and you feel unequipped to move forward. Okay, so it's talking about those type of issues. So perhaps transgression therapy might work for you if you're having issues that deal with abuse, okay? And so there is a period of time in the past that you had to deal with these type of issues in your life, and you're having a hard time to release those energies now. But it's talking about you being very sensitive, perhaps to someone slighting you, something that people say. If someone questions you, you feel like they don't trust you, and that kind of triggers something from the past, a memory from the past. So indeed, that's what it's talking about. But it's also talking about possibly having to detoxify your life. So maybe your issues that you dealt with in the past brought about a fear of closeness. And so you basically learn to lean on something else to give you comfort, or to give you happiness. It's like, my kitten, my little kitten Toby, when he's feeling discomfort, or he's feeling like he's missing his mom, okay, he will suckle on one of my pillows that's very, very soft. And so, and it's beginning to be a habit with him, so I'm trying to stop it. Sorry, I got something in my hair. So I'm trying to stop him from doing that. And I have to remove the pillow. And this is basically kind of a synopsis of what you have to do, okay? When you feel this trigger, if this trigger is, maybe if it's triggered, this feeling of inadequacy is triggered, and you feel an urge to eat a donut, or drink have a Mickey, or whatever it may be, whatever your chosen comfort is, whether that be drugs or alcohol, relationships, sex, it could be gambling, it could be whatever. It's bringing in that sense of calmness for you, and so you're leaning on it, okay? And that's exactly what's taking place now. And it's talking about you having to release those toxins, whatever they may be, whatever is giving you that sense of calmness, but is an addiction of sorts, okay? It's talking about you having to release those energies from your life, but they are affecting you. So perhaps that's why maybe you feel a need to drink too much, or maybe you feel a need to smoke too much, or maybe you feel a need to delve in the medicinal magical mushrooms that they have, whatever it may be, okay? Maybe you got into heavier drugs, maybe you got into bad relationships, maybe you got into the self-defeating pattern, and it might be based on the fact that there was previous abuses. And previous abuses they don't have to come from people. They can come from situations, circumstances where you feel locked out, where you feel like you're not getting the support you want, or perhaps even, it could even be at work, where you're being bullied at work in the past. Now, don't forget, this is a reading for past, present, and future, and we are talking about the past. And it talks about you felt sensitive about something that took place, and perhaps you were bullied. And so that's what made you turn to something else in your life for comfort, okay? Or you could just get a plant and put it in your bedroom. Okay, so the next card that I picked for you is past life issue. Now, remember, I shuffle these cards like crazy, and I cut them 3 times. So indeed, this is not a pre-planned reading, okay? So it talks about a past life issue. And the cards, the deck I'm using is Healing with the Angels, Angel Therapy. Doreen Virtue is amazing. Makes my life a lot easier that she has decks like this. So it says, this situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean like a death previous lifetime, okay? It can be talking about from the past, your past life, something that you lived through. And it says, ask your angels for help to remember, release, and learn, and heal from these past experiences that were negative. You drew this card because experiences and emotions from one of your previous lifetimes are influencing the situation that you're involved in or you're inquiring about. You have well-earned wisdom from that past life. Allow it to guide you in your present situation by trusting your gut instincts, your feelings, your hunches. Trust those intuitive impulses, and trust that they result from the knowledge that you gained in your lifetime. Trust yourself. People from your past life are making themselves known to you in this lifetime. Yeah, That's exactly what's taking place. They include a soulmate. Huh, this is wild. This is just wild. And I'm reading it right from the book. I'm not, like, it's not pre-written down, okay? And I don't know this deck. I just got this deck. Well, I didn't just get it, but I never used it. Like I just started really using it, like, a lot. So people from your past are making themselves known to you in this lifetime. They include a soulmate, family members, all with whom you share karmic ties. In the past, these relationships may have been painful, but now is your opportunity to balance that karma. Karma always goes around, trust me. And break that reincarnation cycle if you choose. So you could go through this again, or you can choose to stop it by dealing with it and releasing it. So what I'm getting from this, and this is the present, okay? So this card will be for the present, August 2022, for the month of August, the present, when you're in that month. So there will be someone from your past that's going to come back into touch with you, and they're supposed to be there to provide you nurturance, guidance, support, or perhaps a way to release these energies. Maybe you're going to confront someone who did you wrong in the past, okay? Maybe you're going to confront them, and you're going to call them on their rhetoric, and you're going to ask them for an apology. And you know, the best way to heal is to confront. Even in, I believe it's Alcoholics Anonymous, they have a thing where you go to the people that you have affected with your drinking. You go to them and you apologize for what you did. You don't tell them, oh, I want to change it, or I want to fix it, or, I apologize. This is what I did. I apologize for doing this. I apologize. Be specific. Be specific. And that's what they call for in, I believe it's Alcoholics Anonymous. But it's the same type of principle I'm talking about, is perhaps in the present, in August, you are going to confront someone who did you harm emotionally, physically, psychologically. You're going to call somebody on their bullshit. You're going to call somebody on their anger. You're going to call somebody on something that they did to you that affected you negatively and led you down this garden path, okay? Now, the action steps that the book, or Doreen Virtue's book, talks about taking to help heal from this. It says, Archangel Raziel, which means the secrets, is the angel who helps you understand, assimilate, and heal your past life memories. Go to a quiet place and say aloud or silently, Archangel Raziel, I call upon you now. Please help me understand. And then describe what you're going through or your situation, okay? And guide and heal me through my past experiences and relationships. And I just felt an overwhelming need to cry. This is got to be the spirits are like, they're right on the ball. They are hot. They are hot. And I am doing this reading in July because I felt this overwhelming need to cry when I said that. When I said, help me understand by guiding and healing me through my past experiences and relationships. And I just felt this overwhelming need to cry. So maybe at the point when I'm reading this and you're listening to it, you're feeling this overwhelming need to release something, okay? So you know what, Scorpio, release it. Release it. Ask the divine for guidance. But direct confrontation helps too. So maybe you need to call this person on their crap. You need to find out, or you need to get an apology, something. You need something to give you that sense of completion so you can move on. Let's continue. It says, I ask that you help me balance all the karma with everyone involved in the situation in all directions of time. Raziel, please help me uncover, heal, and release any old, hidden, buried pain now and forever. Thank you. Okay? It says your body may shudder as you say this, indicating that you're successfully releasing old pent-up pain. If you have memory snippets of past lifetimes, so it's talking about you having flashbacks. So maybe you're having flashbacks. Things are your mind is not playing tricks on you. It's bringing things to the forefront. It's bringing things to your mind so that you can release them, so you can remember them to release them. It says, please write them down for further exploration with a past life regression therapist. Oh my goodness. I was thinking, geez, you could use some past life regression. Or by listening to a guided meditation. And you know what? There's many of them online. You can just type it in, a guided meditation, and they have like a background music, and they even have a picture that you can look at to listen to the meditation. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is like an amazing reading again. So what I'm getting from this is that there was some type of transgression that took place to you or by you or for you or about you or near you or around you that you witnessed or you experienced, okay? And your mind blacked it out so that you could be safe from any feelings of inadequacy or any feelings of fear. So your mind blacked it out, but you're still remembering snippets of it. You're remembering snippets of it, and they're becoming more and more to the forefront. So maybe you're going through a period of insomnia. But it also talks about hidden things, buried things. So not only did your mind protect you by hiding it, okay, this was something, if this was an abuse of the past, it might have been, I don't like to get right into specifics, but it might have been a physical, emotional, psychological abuse that scarred you for generations. And that could even be an assault of sort on your physical body, okay? In any way, aggression or sexually or whatever. Anything that affects you inwardly, okay, is now coming to the forefront, okay, and it's something that was hidden. So indeed, if it's something that was hidden, maybe, there's a lot of children, there's a lot of stuff in the news now about the Indigenous children that were abused at the schools, okay, and so a lot of those children are dealing with these issues, but the healing comes when you can confront those issues, perhaps have the right. It's even with the Nazis during the war, and they were doing all those horrible things to the Jewish people, okay? And finally, the Jewish people are being able to confront their tormentors. And the Native children are finally being able to confront the Catholic Church that put a lot of transgressions on them. And so that brings with it healing, okay? And sometimes you don't get the apology, and other times you do, but know that just the act of saying, this is what you did, and I didn't deserve it. So I don't know what happened to you, and I don't know who this reading is for, because this is a general reading, but I just have this overwhelming, I feel like crying, like overwhelming feeling. So indeed, it is bringing about healing for you, and that's a very, very important thing. Now, because I had pulled a couple of cards that were the same as other cards that I had pulled for other reader or for other signs, I pulled 2 extra cards for you. So you have 3 more cards that we're going to go through, and hopefully I'm not going to start crying. Yeah, get me crying, you're not going to get me to stop. So the next card, because the cards that I had pulled the same were the emotional sensitivity. I pulled it for, I believe it was Pisces and Leo. Past life, I didn't pull the same, but cut your cords was another one, and that is what showed up in your future. Cut your cords. So after that card, I pulled 2 additional cards because there was 2 cards that were pre-picked for other signs, and those 2 were cut your cord and emotional sensitivity. So I picked two more cards. But let's get on with this because yours is the longest one so far. So cut your cords for the future. And cut your cord says, and it's a wonder I should have memorized it by now. It says, ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, situations, or circumstances, and free you from destructive patterns that you have adopted into your life. It says, you drew this card because negativity connected to a past relationship, situation, or circumstance you've been thinking about. Fortunately, this toxic energy can be easily vanquished with the help of Archangel Michael, the powerful angel who will release you from the effects of fear. Anytime you or a partner experience fear within your relationship, a cord similar to a leash made out of a hollow tubing is attached to both of you. You may have cords, most people do, connecting you to your parents, living or deceased, siblings, lovers, relatives, those you've helped, students, clients, anyone that you share a significant relationship with, even work or co-workers. And it says cords are nothing to be afraid of or ashamed of. They just need to be cut, as they can drain your energy and be the culprit behind physical pain. So it's not just saying that this could be any specific, maybe a family member, okay? Because it did mention parents, it mentioned siblings, lovers, whatever. Somebody in your past destroyed your confidence, or took your sense of serenity or security away from you by an act or something that they said. This could be a love partner. This could be someone in your life who destroyed your faith in love. And so that, to find comfort from that, Scorpio, perhaps you turn to something that would give you, it would be like, having a cookie. Having a cookie, the sense of having a cookie is going to make you feel fulfilled in some way, okay? And so maybe you turn to some type of addiction to give you that sense of completion, to give you some comfort and some care. And I did mention about my kitten. Whenever my kitten feels a sense of loneliness, okay, it goes to a particular cushion I have in the house and it suckles on it because it remembers something from the past that was secure and that was safe, which would be the mother, the suckling instinct, okay, from being a child. And so maybe you have turned to something in your life that may be an addiction, might be a relationship, could be anything, could be drugs and alcohol, could be whatever it may be. Okay, it's giving you back that sense of calmness. It's making you feel calm, okay? And something from your past is triggering anxiety and making you not sleep at night, okay, and giving you back that sense of fear, almost like a sense of abandonment. Maybe something happened in one of your relationships, maybe in a job, maybe you were bullied at work, or maybe you had a relationship where that person hurt you so badly that you lost faith in love, and you lost faith in the fact that you could trust anybody in your life, okay? And now the cards are saying that you need to cut those cords from that memory from the past so that you can move forward in a positive way. And the angels are saying these are the steps you need to take. Think of a question or a situation or a circumstance that you would like help with. Then say aloud or silently, Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Cut the cords of fear that have been blocking or draining me in my life and from the past. I am more willing now to trade all the pain for peace. So it talks about you being ready at this point in time to relinquish old memories, old thoughts, anything that had a hold on you from the past, an old memory or something that triggers anxiety in you, okay? You're going to confront it. You're going to move on from it, and you're going to find that tranquility and that peace again in your life. And it talks about you, if you think about a specific person in your life during this process of asking Michael for help, okay? Release the fear from that relationship. You'll feel your body shudder. Or maybe you'll even start crying like I did. Because you know why you're going to shudder? Your cords are being cut one by one. And don't worry, you can never sever cords of love. Repeat this process anytime you feel drained or blocked, as cords can grow back if fear returns to the relationship. So what you need to do is release this fear totally so that anything that triggers you in your life is not going to bring you back to that point, okay? Where you can release it, where you start focusing on you and your health and your inner health and your spiritual health and your physical health, okay? So that's what it's talking about. It's talking about cutting your cord. So the two cards that I pulled next for you, the card I pulled is the manifestation card, manifestation power. So we're talking about cutting your cords, and you know, if you want something to manifest in your life, as above so below, what you think, what you feel, you can bring into existence. If you bring into existence negative thoughts, negative energy, negative relationships, you're going to manifest negative relationships, okay? So it talks about you manifesting what it is you need to heal in your life. And so the cards are saying, which I lost. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Let me find where I put it. It's an actual book, but it's amazing. It's just amazing. So manifestation power, the card that you got. And remember, this card goes along with the future reading, okay? So it goes along with cut your cords. And it says, use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract what it is you want, your desired outcome. You've got the power. With this card, the angels remind you of your innate spiritual abilities. Perhaps you've been complaining about something or been feeling like a victim under the influence of someone else's will. This card is a reminder that you do have the power to change everything in your life by using your natural spiritual gifts of manifestation. When you complain, you give away your power to others. Complaints are negative affirmations that attract more of the same effects, and they're undesirable. The angels would like you to replace complaining or the old complaining habit with a healthier response of visualizing and intending your desired outcome. It works. And that's what it says. It works. So it's talking about manifesting what it is that you want. So basically what you want is you want to cut the cords with a memory from the past. You want an apology. You're going to confront this person. You're going to say, you owe me an apology for what you did to me. Okay? And maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't. But the fact is that you need to name the crime, okay? You need to say to the person who transgressed you in some way, you need to say to them exactly what they did. I remember what you did. You showed me this. You did that. Whatever it may be, name the crime. And that's what it's saying. And whether you get an apology, whether you get an affirmation of that, it doesn't matter. The fact is you confronted them. And that in itself is going to give you healing. And that is so true. Ask anybody. I guarantee you, if you ask anyone who has been transgressed in some way, whether physically or emotionally or psychologically, anyone, including the Native children, okay, which were taken away from their schools, from their families, from their lifestyles, okay, where they weren't allowed to learn their language. Any one of them will say to you that it gives you power and it helps to heal. It might not fix everything, but it will help to heal. And so that is what it's talking about you needing to do in the future, and it looks like you're going to. Okay, so it also says, It talks about you using your creativity. So it says, think about a situation you would like to improve and write, draw, or create a collage that describes what you want to happen, the preferred scenario. Look at this depiction of your desires daily and don't worry about how they'll manifest. Anytime you catch yourself worrying about or doubting about your manifestation abilities, say, Archangel Jophiel, the angel of beauty, please beautify my thoughts about my desires so that they are completely based in love. That is amazing. But they did, I mean, it's kind of interesting because it's talking about you using your creativity to help you heal. And it's talking about making a collage. And in the native culture, they do that. They do, I believe even in therapy, they do that where they have healing boards, okay? Where the things that you want to manifest in your life, you cut pictures out of magazines and you put it on an art board and you keep it where you can see it daily, okay? And you manifest those things by looking at them, visualizing them, and believing them into existence, okay? And perhaps that's what you need to do, Scorpio. Bring about your manifestation power. So you have one more card in that future reading. So it's talking about you using your creativity to heal in some way from whatever was transgressed against you, as you know, in the past, in a past life, or in the past on this realm, okay? So you're going to cut your cords by manifesting that. Now the next card, like, this is just amazing. This is just amazing. The next card is the card of integrity. So the integrity card says, now remember, this is for the future, for you know, for your reading. This is for what you're going to be able to do, okay? Integrity. It says, align your actions. So what you're planning on doing, okay? So let's say you're planning on confronting somebody about their transgression against you, and you want to manifest your power back, okay? And you want to manifest it in a positive way. What it's saying is, with the integrity card, it's saying, you know, it's one thing to confront somebody, but do it with integrity. Okay? Don't do it to hurt the other person. Do it with integrity. It doesn't matter if you have a public forum for this, okay? But I mean, there's a, you know, as with the native children and with, you know, the Jewish people, there is actually a need for a larger group, but this is an individual thing. If it was just you that was involved in this, you can take this to the one-to-one level. You don't have to have a big audience for this confrontation, okay? And you know what to do. You confront, you wait for that affirmation, and that should be enough. Turn around and walk the other way, and walk the other way with your with your head held high and your heart full of serenity, that you finally were able to confront someone that hurt you in some way, and that's going to help you heal. So it says, align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. This card is a response to your questions or prayers about increasing your happiness and your confidence. The angel's answer is, only conduct activities that you believe are right. This is based on no one else's code of conduct but your own. The angels say that engaging in behaviors that you feel guilty or ashamed about are going to erode your self-esteem and self-confidence. Now, I'm getting this little tidbit of guidance from my guides, okay? So listen, if you had, because of this emotional sensitivity, okay, if you had any type of addiction, okay, let's say you had an addiction to alcohol or drugs or whatever it may be, okay? Integrity speaks of not confronting the other person while you're in the throes of that addiction, okay? Because that's going to give you a false sense of security. You want this to be on the up and up, and you want to be fully alive and fully aware of what's taking place so that you can heal. And so it says, only conduct activities, confrontations, okay, that you believe are right. This is based on no one else's code of conduct but your own. The angels say that engaging in behaviors that you feel guilty or ashamed about erode your self-esteem and your self-confidence. Conversely, you can feel great about yourself by only doing that which you feel is right. Again, this is based on your own moral compass and no one else's. The angels can help you change or heal any situation or relationship so you're able to bring your entire life fully into alignment with your inner truth. And be aware that confronting somebody, it's not your right or your job or your karma, okay, or your destiny to confront someone else for transgressions against someone else, unless that person is perhaps a child, a baby, okay, someone who can't speak for themselves. But if it's someone who can speak for themselves, that person needs to stand up and they need to confront whoever it was that transgressed against them so they can have healing. And perhaps, as it said at the beginning of the reading, you and a partner are dealing with these issues. So maybe you and someone else that you care about or you love, possibly a child, a sibling, someone else, okay? Perhaps you had the same tormentor. Maybe you had the same tormentor, but it's not up to you to confront this person for that other person. It's up to that person to speak their truth. This is a wild ride with these cards. Doreen Virtue, you rock. So the action steps, the cards are saying, says, lie down and meditate. In the process, normally thought of as daydreaming. That is, allow your imagination to roam free. Instruct your mind, your heart, your soul to show you a mental movie of you living your life at its healthiest and highest levels. Watch this movie again and again and notice how it makes you feel, and then say, Archangel Michael, I ask that you help me arrange my life and daily activities so I'm fully immersed and engaged in actions that reflect my higher self in a positive way. Please help me let go of any behaviors, habits, or actions that have engendered guilt or shame in the past, and replace them with actions that I feel good about. And as you move into your future, hopefully, Scorpio, you have taken this advice and you are manifesting all the positive things that you so deserve. So I shall see you on that next reading. Namaste, my friends. Be safe.